spicy podcast episode. So, if you are not prepared for this conversation, just letting you know ahead. So, this is going to be a little bit me ranting about things that I'm seeing, and it's not necessarily around marketing, but it's just a lot around the criticism for digital entrepreneurship and people leveraging being influencers as entrepreneurs. Why am I talking about this? Is because I'm seeing a lot of shade going around on social media where you see entrepreneurs, other professionals bashing, in a sense, people that leverage social media platforms. And let's talk. So, if this is your first time here, I'm Tanya. I'm a business and marketing strategist, and I work with businesses as well as which are usually the tech startup consultant coaches to leverage social media, to leverage online platform digital means to acquire customers. And this is why I think I feel triggered, but it's not really that because I just want to educate people on this. So there was a post, it was actually in French, where I saw somebody talk about instead of people being, the way it translated, instead of people being on social media and being pseudo entrepreneurs on social media, they should actually focus on creating jobs. First of all, I'm not even, it didn't even concern me, but I think I need to address this because a lot of people don't even understand marketing. For a lot of people, their assumption of marketing is they have the money, they pour the money into ads, into Facebook ad, LinkedIn ads, and then they push people into a page where they either buy, sign up, or whatever. But then, especially if you're a tech startup, if you use that playbook, what you will notice is that your churn rates are high. Why? Because some people will your ad, especially if you use a great conversion copywriter, your ad copy might have been convincing, but when they get on there, they realize that this is not something that they want. This is not a brand that they want to support. Something I also shared recently is that if your target audience, because a lot of people that are on social media are either millennials, yes, you have your baby boomers and everybody else, but a lot of people that will use platforms, that will use, how do you call these things? That will use apps and everything else are millennials and Gen Zs. And the way you market to Gen Zs and millennials is completely different to how you have to market to a baby boomer. The message is completely different. And I was saying that in pertaining to a post that I made a few weeks back, or depending on when you listen to this. Today, I actually made this post today, and it's around, for example, DEI, diversity and inclusion. And I mentioned in that post that am I the only one who, before I buy a tech app or something of the sort, I get on LinkedIn, get on your page, on your business page, start. I literally do this. I don't care if it takes me 20 minutes. I will go through the people that work in your business if it's public. And what I'll do, I'm looking for how many women are in your top management positions. I'm looking for how many people of color do you hire? And amongst the people of color, how many people that look like me that are black? And then what positions are you hiring them at? And that helps me make a decision if I like your app enough or I like your solution enough if I want to support that mission. Because you could have the best mission that you're creating around your PR, and I might have heard about you through the grapevine or I might have heard about you through research, but that day is something that I actually look at and I decide if I am going to support your business because it's going towards something that I believe in. For example, I'm looking to divorce PayPal. I've had a long-standing relationship, marriage with PayPal, but outside of the crazy fees that they have and its inconveniences when it comes to receiving payment, it doesn't support. I don't like the way they treat African creators. I don't like how the way they treat African business owners, and I'm looking to support an African-owned business. a business that's been created around the continent because outside of the fact that PayPal is being, I can say this in camera, but I'm a Pan African. I share that I'm a Pan African. And if there's a brand that is being created by an African, I'm gonna support it. One of the reason people were pushing Paystack, but the reason I never got on board with Paystack is because it was sold to Stripe. If the past owner still owned it, I would have gotten on Paystack. That's literally the way I'm thinking. And nothing wrong. I support other businesses, but it's just for me that I believe that as Africans we should also prioritize supporting our own. For example, I support Calendly. Calendly, compared to another platform that I was using, the features are not exactly giving what I needed to give. But I've been supporting it for over 2 years now. I've been paying for my membership, for my subscription with them for over 2 years now. And the only reason I pay for it is because of its founder. And I used to use it for free. When I found out that the founder was of Nigerian origin, my mind was like, this one our own. This is our own, so we supporting it. So nothing wrong with I use Zoho, I support other platforms, not don't get me wrong, but I'm just talking about certain things that align with my values and how I vote with my wallet. So when people use social media to share the message, to share what they do, how they do things, what they believe in, is because they are showing their values to find a tribe. And this is a playbook that is being leveraged all over the world. If people know marketing, it's being leveraged by Americans, Europeans. But I see quite a bit of criticism from Africans against founders that leverage that. And they don't even understand why. I literally drive most of our pipeline by creating content. I drive most of our pipeline. We don't run ads. My company doesn't run ads. We primarily leverage free platforms. This is organic reach. This is not me paying for reach. This is organic reach. And if you know how much you're paying for it, then calculate it. For example, if you were playing a playbook, you were using a playbook where you were leveraging LinkedIn to show content, for example, which is the cheapest playbook to leverage to create to show your content to your ideal audience, and then they will follow you and you'll drive them through your entire pipeline. These calculating, let's say $20 because CPM has gone down on LinkedIn. It used to be 35. Let's put it at $20 per thousand impressions. This is over 400,000. If we calculate it, let me just calculate it for you. Let's round it off to the lowest. And let's say it's 400,000 only. And we can see that this is much more. So if we're calculating at 400,000 divided by 20, by 1,000, this is how you calculate the cost per mile. So let's divide it by 1,000, that's 400, let's say 20. So you'd have spent $8,000 on this. Yeah, $8,000. You'd have spent $8,000 in the last 3 months for the level of visibility I just showed you. And this is free visibility. This is free visibility. I am paying for Jack. This is free visibility. And what that does for me, it increases my visibility. More people follow me, or more people that are interested in what I talk about follow my content. And eventually, what happens is I have DM conversations that end up on calls, and some of them close. And because I've been creating content, and the way I create content, and I'm educating the market and talking to them about these whole in entrepreneurship around marketing, because my content is primarily around marketing, unless you on my email list and you receive the business creed and you have other business things. But most of what happens is that I develop an affinity with a lot of these people. People on my email list. And granted, and or people on my audience, granted, a lot of them will never buy anything from me. But you know what? I have the year. They may not buy anything from me, but if I recommend something, they might decide to buy that. And that is power because now I have influence. And that is the purpose of creating content on social media. That is the purpose of me creating content on this platform. Yes, on YouTube, I don't have that many followers, subscribers, but I have think about it, I have close to 300 subscribers, but that is not even that is 1% of people that keep watching. And if you are watching this and you've been watching me for weeks and you've never subscribed, now is the time for you to subscribe. Like just say it. Because what happens is that a lot of people watch, a lot of people forget to subscribe. There are channels that I watch and one day I'm watching and somebody's like, "Oh, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe." And now look, I'm like, "Oh, I haven't subscribed," but I watch it all the time. And there are people that do that with me as well because most people that watch me are not subscribed to me. And it is proven that less than 3%, and this any podcaster, any YouTuber will tell you this, less than 3% of people that watch you are subscribed. Less than that. So for me, it's around 1%. So if that should tell you how much reach I have outside of my newsletter, let's say, for example, my LinkedIn newsletter, when I publish a LinkedIn newsletter, I have around 30 to 50% that open that newsletter. Most of them are C-suite executives, are CEOs, and it tells me they are CEOs. They are either C suite or professionals or entrepreneurs. These are the people that follow me. So let's say my current newsletter, my LinkedIn newsletter is at 2,200 something. So if we think 30% to 50%, so that is 600. That is in the first week. 600 to 1,000 people read that newsletter. So I'm speaking to 600 to 1,000 people when they're reading that. Now, my private newsletter that is off platform, it's over 106, it's around 1,600 people on that email list. All of them are entrepreneurs. Most of them are entrepreneurs, most of them are professionals, most of them have buying power. This is the audience I've cultivated. And let's not even talk on social media. Let's not even talk on social media, on Facebook as well as on Instagram as well as on because most of the audiences that I have on those platforms are completely unrelated. Very few are cross pollinating. They follow me on the one person following me on on all the different platforms. Very few of those are happening, but most are different people. So that should tell you the power that has because now I have all these people that I can choose to market to, that I can choose to influence. Even if I don't, I've added different streams to Business Create. I'm adding different business income streams, such as affiliate marketing, such as things because I know most people will not never buy anything from me. But some are subscribed because they like me. Some are subscribed because they like what I talk about. Some are subscribed because they like my views. Some are subscribed because they still might decide to work with me in a few years or in a few months, whatever. But these people are people that is my audience that I have influence over and that to a certain extent they feel that they know me. And this is a power that I believe any entrepreneur can cultivate. And people bashing that because I'm not a blogger. Hey, do you know how much bloggers are making? Do you know how much? Let's not even talk on Africa. Not even talk about me. Let's not about talk about the bloggers that I know. But let's talk about American business owners, about Chris Walker, different times that leverages being microbloggers on social media to drive revenue into their business, and they've made millions. Amy Porterfield, go look her out, look her up. Like she's made over $80 million. Kelly Roach, over $20 million. Chris Walker. Let's talk about Guillaume Mubesh, who owns a tech startup and drove his business, bootstrapped, self-funded the business through social media to a valuation of $150 million. Chile. Like, so y'all are out here bashing people that are using this playbook that has been proven because you believe that you are above it. Oga, calm down now. Calm down. Calm down. Why do you think that businesses today pay the video and all these celebrities money? It's because they have that influence. Whether you have a small audience or a big audience, you have influence on that particular audience that you hold their attention. And you can choose to use that influence to send traffic to other people or to build your own table. I use my influence to build my own table. I can influence to send it to other people. And the thing is, some of that will translate. So I just wanted to call you to attention on this. Like, don't bash. Instead of bashing, ask, how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I gain attention on social media and drive it into my business? That should be your goal because that is free publicity, that is free marketing, and that is means that your CAC, cost of acquisition for customer, would be a lot lower because you didn't run ads to acquire the customer. That's simple. So instead of bashing, ask, find out how to do it. And if you are here and you would like to find out how to do it, the link to book a consultation with myself or the team will be below. Reach out to us, book a consultation. We'll look at what you're doing and what you ought to do and see if there is alignment for us to work together. I'll link some free videos here. Also, sign up for our newsletter. The link will be below. We send out one email with a roundup of podcast episodes, thoughts on things that are happening in my life. It's things that I'm not talking about publicly that y'all get to hear about that in the newsletter, as well as a roundup of articles from Business Creed that you can read in your time. So that's the newsletter. And for you signing up, you get 3 free guides that we have that will walk you through how to write better ads, your social media boost, and I believe there's an entrepreneur's mindset as well in there. So that is things that we believe that will serve you if you're an entrepreneur and you want to make more money because we are here to help you make money. If we are not connected on social media, I will link my LinkedIn here. That's where I'm most active, as well as my Facebook. You can follow me also on Instagram, though. Instagram is more of a PR play at this point. I'm not really leveraging it. I'm not really producing content on there unless you follow Business Creed. But yeah, on this note, I'll see you in the next episode. And maybe it will be a rant, maybe it will be an interview, who knows. But subscribe, share. Let me know what you thought about this episode. What do you think of entrepreneurs that share content on social media? I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you share content on social media? I'd love to hear what you do. If you're listening to this, leave us a review, leave us subscribe, leave us a rating wherever you're listening to this, and tell us what you thought of this episode. I would really love to hear what you thought of this. And you subscribing, you sharing, you liking, you rating, you reviewing is how you pay us, how you thank us, and we appreciate that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.